Hello and welcome to Arnie's Short Stories. I hope you enjoy this story. I'm going to try and upload a new story each day. The Screeching Spirits of Sandown. On the windswept shores of the Isle of Wight, where the murmur of the sea intertwined with the whispers of the past, Holly Arnold arrived in Sandown. The town, with its crumbling facades and empty streets, bore the weight of forgotten history. Holly, a freelance journalist with a penchant for the macabre, had come to investigate whispers of strange occurrences, ghostly screams that echoed through the night, shadows that danced where no light should be, and a chilling presence that froze the hearts of those who dared linger. Locals spoke of a battlefield, long buried beneath the sands of Sandown's beach. During the English Civil War, a violent skirmish had unfolded here, leaving countless soldiers dead. Legend had it that the restless spirits of those who perished now haunted the area, bound by their unavenged deaths. The tale was chilling enough to spark Holly's curiosity, but the locals' reluctance to elaborate added an extra layer of intrigue. They spoke in hushed tones, eyes darting nervously to the shore, as if even mentioning the spirits might summon them. Holly's curiosity burned like a flame. With her notebook and recorder, she ventured to the beach as twilight painted the sky in shades of crimson and gold. The tide ebbed, revealing jagged rocks that jutted out like the bones of the earth. The air grew colder with each step, as if the sea itself recoiled from the blood-soaked sands. A peculiar silence hung over the area, broken only by the occasional call of distant gulls. It was the kind of silence that seemed alive, pressing against her ears, amplifying every breath and heartbeat. As the last light faded, Holly set up her equipment. A handheld EMF detector buzzed faintly, and her camera's night vision cast an eerie green glow. She waited, the only sound her own breath and the distant crash of waves. Hours passed, and doubt began to creep in. Perhaps this was another wild goose chase, another tall tale spun by superstitious minds. The oppressive quiet and the rhythmic waves threatened to lull her into a false sense of security. Then, the first scream pierced the night. It was a sound that defied description, a guttural wail that spoke of pain and rage beyond comprehension. Holly's heart pounded as she scanned the darkness. Her flashlight flickered, casting erratic beams across the beach. The scream was followed by another, closer this time, and then another, overlapping in a cacophony of torment. The sound echoed unnaturally, bouncing off the waves and cliffs as if the entire world were mourning. Holly called out, her voice trembling. Her own words felt small and insignificant, swallowed by the vast emptiness of the beach. The answer came not in words, but in movement. Figures began to emerge from the shadows, translucent shapes clad in tattered uniforms, their faces twisted in agony. Their eyes, or the hollow spaces where eyes should have been, burned with a ghostly light. They marched toward her, spectral weapons in hand, their mouths emitting the unholy cries that had haunted the town for centuries. Holly stumbled backward, tripping over a rock and falling to the sand. The spirits surrounded her, their forms flickering like flames in the wind. One stepped forward, its features more distinct than the others. A captain, judging by the remnants of his uniform. He pointed a spectral sword at Holly, his voice a raspy whisper that seemed to emanate from everywhere and nowhere. Holly's mind raced. "I am here to tell your story," she said. The captain's hollow gaze bored into her. "Our story is one of betrayal and blood. Will you bear the weight of it?" "Yes." The spirits drew closer, their chilling presence pressing against her like a physical force. Images flooded her mind, the battle as it unfolded centuries ago, the clash of steel, the cries of the dying, the betrayal that led to their slaughter. She saw soldiers turning on their comrades, driven by greed and desperation, and the merciless vengeance that followed. Each vision was so vivid that she could smell the blood, feel the sharp sting of betrayal, and hear the desperate last words of the dying. When the visions ceased, Holly found herself alone on the beach. The spectral figures were gone, leaving only the sound of the waves and the bitter cold of the night. But the story they had shown her burned in her mind, vivid and unrelenting. The sands, though seemingly innocent now, still bore the weight of the blood spilled centuries ago. Holly returned to her lodgings and began to write, her fingers flying across the keyboard. The words poured out of her, each sentence imbued with the anguish and fury of the spirits. She wrote of the ambush, the desperation, and the unholy pact made by some soldiers to ensure their survival at the cost of their comrades. She captured every chilling detail, the echoes of the screams still reverberating in her ears. When she finally finished, dawn was breaking over Sandown. Exhausted, she collapsed into bed, the echoes of the screeching spirits still ringing in her ears. Sleep brought no respite, only dreams of hollow eyes and burning swords. Her article went viral, capturing the attention of paranormal enthusiasts and historians alike. The beach at Sandown became a site of pilgrimage, drawing those who sought to connect with the otherworldly. Ghost hunters with sophisticated equipment, skeptics armed with their doubts, and thrill-seekers eager for a brush with the supernatural flocked to the town. Sandown thrived on its new reputation, but the locals remained wary, their eyes still glancing nervously toward the beach. For Holly, the experience left a mark deeper than any article could convey. At night, she still heard the screams, felt the cold grip of the captain's gaze. She began to notice shadows where none should be, whispers in the wind that called her name. And she knew, deep in her soul, that the spirits of Sandown were not at peace. They had entrusted her with their story, but their rage and sorrow lingered, a haunting reminder of the horrors of war. Every so often, she returned to the beach, standing alone in the darkness, waiting for the cries to rise again. For the spirits of Sandown, their vengeance was eternal, their voices a chilling chorus on the wind. And Holly Arnold, forever bound to their tale, could never truly escape the screeching spirits of Sandown. Thank you for listening. I hope you enjoyed this story. Please don't forget to like, and even better, like and subscribe. Thank you very much, and I hope you have had or have a great day.